Welcome into Giants Postgame Live, brought to you by Hackensack Meridian Health. Keep getting better. My name is Madeline Burke, alongside the Super Bowl champion Sean O'Hara. Sean, it's Week 12. The Giants went out to Detroit, had a lead for the entirety of the game until they didn't. 34-27 is the final score in overtime. Jahmyr Gibbs untouched, 69 yards for the overtime touchdown, but it didn't start there, Sean.
No, Madeline, I'm still trying to wrap my head around this loss because the Giants had the lead this entire game. The Lions didn't take the lead until overtime, and I just cannot figure out how this team found another way to lose the game at the very end of it. This game should have never been in overtime.
Well, and you mentioned the very end of it. Jake Bates, a 59-yard field goal is a career long for him. It ties a franchise record, and the Lions were in a position to do that because on fourth down, you know, hindsight is 20/20.
Yeah.
The Giants opted to go for it on fourth down to try to get a touchdown, make it a 6-point lead instead of kicking a field goal, which would have made it a 6-point lead. They tried to put it away. They didn't do that, and instead the Lions had an opportunity to tie it up.
Mike Kafka coaching his second game as interim head coach. He was beautiful today. Everything was working. The gadgets were working. The trick plays. He was patient with the run game. Jameis was on point, precise. And then, to me, the one gaffe, you have to take the points. It's 4th and goal. You have to kick the field goal there. I know you're being aggressive and you're going for the touchdown because you want to make it a 2-score game. But if they kick the field goal there, then Jake Bates doesn't tie the franchise record with a 59-yard field goal, and now you're not going into overtime. You force them to have to put the ball in the end zone. That was the one blemish today if you're looking at Mike Kafka. But the game goes to overtime. Dexter Lawrence not on the field. One play, Jahmyr Gibbs diced right through this defense. Look, he had a monster game, 219 yards on the ground. They had no answer for his speed, but I don't know what Dave Belton was doing on that play. He should have been down in the box as the safety. You've got to expect them to run the football. That's exactly what Detroit does. That's what they want to do offensively. This run defense was porous. They gave up a lot of big run plays to Jahmyr Gibbs. And that play right there, I mean, any kind of momentum that you had, any kind of enthusiasm that you had as a team, for them to score on a 69-yard run to start overtime, that's a huge, huge gut punch.
Yeah,
and that being said, Jameis came back out and all of a sudden, you know, runs for a first down. Great catch by Theo up the sideline. Yeah. And they were in position. They just couldn't get it done. They ran out of steam. But this Giants team, look, they played extremely well. Jameis Winston, you've got to give a lot of credit to how he played.
Right.
But time and time again, this season, how many times have we stood here after a game and said, how does this keep happening? Why does it keep happening? Until this team learns to finish games, whether it's the fourth quarter or the overtime. That's when you have to play your best football. That's when somebody has to step up and make a play. The talent's there, clearly. They just didn't get it done again. Yeah,
fourth quarter got a finish, and that's been a theme for this season that we've seen. But we got to talk about, Sean, how this one started. You mentioned, too, Kafka in his bag, multiple trick plays. We saw Jameis Winston, Jameis with his first career catch. It was a touchdown. Gunnar Olszewski, his first career pass, throwing that one. Also, Wan'Dale Robinson on the opening drive of the game, catching a ball off a flea flicker for an incredible touchdown right there. Wan'Dale had 106 yards. This is not his game stats. This is his first quarter stats.
The first 15
minutes of the game. He did finish with 156 yards and a touchdown. In the first quarter of the game, 106 yards, 4 catches, a touchdown right there. Wan'Dale is the first Giant since Hakeem Nicks on December 11th, 2011, with 100 or more receiving yards in the first quarter. Hakeem Nicks had 105 in that game. No other player in the National Football League this season has put up 100 yards or more in the first quarter. Just when you're Jameis Winston, a quarterback, and you see, is this like a heat check? Keep going to the hot hand?
Well, I think a lot of that had to do with Wan'Dale Robinson doing a great job with those over routes. Jameis Winston loves to drive the ball towards the sideline, and he was layering a couple throws over the zone defenders. So, yeah, Wan'Dale started out. He had a remarkable game, 9 catches for 156 yards in total. And, look, he was the guy that was keeping this offense going, and he was the guy Jameis Winston was looking to. So they had great synergy. Obviously, you mentioned the trick play early on, the double pass that got the first touchdown. And I think when you look at, you kind of sprinkle in some of those plays, it adds a little energy and all of a sudden a little juice. The offense is flowing. And look, they had another jet sweep, a reverse. You know, I think credit Mike Kafka for opening up the playbook and saying, look, let's not leave you know, let's not leave any tricks in the bag. Let's just use them all. And I think that kind of energized both sides of the ball because the defense played really well today early on in this game. They just gave up too many big plays on the ground.
Right, and they weren't able to finish this one, but they did start strong, something that's been, you know, a positive trend for this Giants team. Let's send it down to the field in Detroit. Paul Dottino, Howard Cross out there for their perspective. Dots, I know another fast start for the Giants. What did you guys see?
Well, Madeline, right you are about the Giants opening up games well, although they are now 2-4 in games when they open up with a score on their first drive. 5 times with a touchdown, 1 time with a field goal. Howard, one thing I've noticed, combined on those drives, 27 running plays, 25 passes, and only 1 sack. The balance seems to be part of the secret. What do you see, and why can they not continue it over the rest of the game?
Well, every time you start a game, they call scripted plays. They script 15 plays out. The defense doesn't really know what you're going to run. It's not anything that you have any kind of rhythm or you can tell what's happening in the past. So you have new plays basically for them. Some of the plays they're breaking tendencies. They're doing a couple other things. That's what you do in the first 15 plays. After that, the defense is making their adjustment to what you just did. That's why the plays slow down. If you can script the entire game, it'd be great, but you can only script the first 15.
This is only the second time this year where the Giants scored at least 10 points in the first quarter. They also did it in the home victory against the Philadelphia Eagles. Again, just not able to sustain it. Howard, I think the other interesting part that folks want to understand about are these gadget plays. The Giants get a flea flicker touchdown, 40-yarder to Wandale Robinson in the first quarter, and then a 33-yarder on a pass from Olszewski to Jameis Winston in the fourth. What goes into a gadget play, and how often do teams practice this during the week?
They practice it all the time. They have them in. They're basically the same plays that you run. You just wind up throwing the ball off of it. And what happens in a game like this, in the third and short or second and short, you set up to do the run, you fake it to one side, and the entire defense comes down. The safeties come up, and when a guy slips out, he's wide open. Both in Wandale's play and in James's play, no one was there.
Well, those were 2 terrific plays for the Giants. They just did not have enough of those plays to pull this one out. We'll send it back to New York.
Thanks so much, Paul Dottino, Howard Cross, for the perspective from the field. We're going to continue to break this one down. The Giants started strong but couldn't finish. 34-27 is the final score in overtime from Detroit as the Lions get the win in this one. But want to remind you all that guests of our post-game show receive a gift certificate to Ben & Jack's, located on 44th Street in Manhattan. From the celebrated porterhouse to finer seafood, Ben & Jack's will surpass your expectations of what a steakhouse should be. We've got more to come here on Giants Post-Game Live, brought to you by Hackensack Meridian Health. After the break, interim head coach Mike Kafka.
It's the year-end sales event with the Ford crew, Black Friday.
Initiating great time to buy sequence.
Black Friday deals engaged.
Ford SUVs are go.
Bronco family built wild, it's go time.
Built Ford tough trucks are a go.
And go.
What's that one do?
Oh, you'll see.
This is how you do Black Friday.
Get a Ford Explorer now with 0% financing for 60 months or $309 a month for 36 months for returning lessees. Only at your local Ford stores.
Risk gets a bad rap. It punishes the unprepared. The game hits hard. But those who embrace risk and translate it know it isn't the opponent, it's the opportunity. At Moody's, we break risk down. We spot the shift, because the smartest play often comes down to seeing what others don't. Moody's, decode risk, unlock opportunity.
Said if you're gonna play the game, boy, you gotta learn to play it right.
You gotta know when to hold 'em.
Pull 'em already.
Know when to fold 'em.
Know when to walk away.
Travel.
Know when to run. Run, run, run!
He's automatic from the 40.
You never count your money when you're sitting at the table. There'll be time enough for counting when the dealing's done.
And now, your NFL Airmen, led by
Omaha!
They've changed course.
Peyton Manning?
They're going for the beer! Whoa! Touchdown!
anything for Bud Light, the official beer sponsor of the NFL.
I shouldn't have called that audible. Right. What?
It beats in every heart, the same rhythm, the same hope. In every neighborhood, in every city, we all feel it. That electric moment when anything becomes possible. When dreams take flight. When heroes are made. It never stops, and neither do we. NBA Store, a Fanatics experience.
Brunson puts up a three. Bang! Bang! Goes inside and throws it down. He made that personal. Bang! He's feeling it. Kleptomania. Blocked by Robinson. At the buzzer. It's good! And a foul!
Time for today's scoring drive of the game, brought to you by Citizens. For the scoring drive, we bring you to the fourth quarter. 9 plays, 85 yards, capped by a 33-yard receiving touchdown by the quarterback, Jameis Winston.
And a broken tackle.
And a broken tackle, too. Getting moves, style points for that one. Puts the Giants up 27-17. As a reminder, for every scoring drive this season, Citizens, the official bank of the New York Giants, will donate $750 to the Giants Foundation to support the in the community. Welcome back to Giants Postgame Live, brought to you by Hackensack Meridian Health. Madeline Burke and Sean O'Hara here breaking down the Giants' overtime loss. 34-27 was the final score in Detroit. But we got to talk a little bit about Jameis Winston.
Yeah.
We saw there his first career reception, a receiving touchdown. Gunnar Olszewski's first career pass. Gotta love the trick plays. Jameis Winston making his second start for the Giants. What do you like with what you've seen from him?
I thought Jameis was very poised today. I thought he did a great job kind of spreading the ball around, hitting different leveled throws. Obviously, he and Wan'Dale Robinson got off to a hot start thanks to that trick play you're talking about, where the double pass. And he did a great job kind of dodging the defender right as he made that big throw. But Jameis just looks so in control. And I think that poise and that confidence, it's contagious. And you could see everybody else kind of building off of it. Jameis showed us some athleticism today. I don't think 11-yard first down, right, to keep the sticks alive. The catch, I mean, that was unbelievable. The catch that he caught from Gunnar Olszewski, it looked like a busted play, and then for Jameis to break a tackle on top of that, and then his touchdown dance was kind of cool. He kind of showed all the drip that he's been working on with his receivers paid off as he found himself getting in the end zone. But I really liked the red zone touchdown throw that he threw to Isaiah Hodgins. It was 3rd and 7. Mike Kafka called a timeout. They kind of went over and talked about, here's what we want with the coverages based on what we see. And I thought Jameis delivered an absolute strike over the defender, right in the back of the end zone. Isaiah Hodgins with a great catch. And I thought that right there, that was an unbelievable throw. It was our ball or nobody's ball. So it's going up high, and either he's catching it or it's an incomplete pass, and we kicked the field goal. But Hodgson did a great job of getting.
Was signed back to the Giants from the Steelers practice squad. Of course, Hodgins, an impactful player in 2022, 2023 with this Giants team.
His last touchdown catch for the Giants, 2023. So
absolutely.
welcome back.
Welcome back, Isaiah Hodgins. Way to make an impact. We talk about the athleticism and elusiveness of Jameis Winston, though. Got to talk about that sack he scored. I thought he was down. I think everyone watching that thought he was down. He squeezes out of it and makes a mountain out of a molehill and makes a big play there.
It's funny. I text Eli when Jameis caught that touchdown pass, and I said, Jameis just did something you've never done in a Giants uniform. And he said, what, break a tackle? No, catch a touchdown pass. But he looked Eli Manning-esque with that. It looked like he was in the grass. They were going to maybe blow the whistle, thought it was going to be a sack. He breaks free, rolls out to the left, and then finds a way to make a big throw. So Jameis, look, I think when he took over a quarterback, you did not think you were going to see this type of athletic play from him. He's more of a pocket guy, but he has shown that he still has live feet and he can still make some big plays, and he can make some of those loose plays that I know we're used to seeing Jackson Dart make. So Jameis, I thought he did a great job. I also thought the offensive line did a really good job in this game. When you look at this Detroit Lions defense, they are very physical. They love to bring downhill linebackers. I thought they did a good job, even though the run game did not have a lot of production. production early on in this game, the more they stayed with it, the more patient Mike Kafka was with it, the more production they got. And I think when you look at the pass protection, with Aiden Hutchinson there on the side, he did not have a sack until the final play of the game. Yeah. He had a couple quarterback pressures here and there, but they did not let Aiden Hutchinson wreck this game. So Jermaine Illuminor, he did a good job. Andrew Thomas did a good job out on the left side as well.
Great work by the Giants offensive line. Great work by Jameis Winston, who's a spark plug on and off the field. We outside, but we inside, because yes, Ford Field is a dome, so had to make sure that was clear in his pregame speech. If you didn't see it, check it out on Giants Social and Giants.com. Join the Giants family for the 2026 season with a season ticket membership. Lock in your seats today and scan the QR code or visit Giants.com/tickets to secure your seats now. You might have seen some fancy footwear out there on the field today. My Cause, My Cleats. Players supporting the charities of their choice in this initiative. My Cause, My Cleats throughout the National Football League. More to come here on Giants Postgame Live.
It's the year-end sales event with the Ford crew, Black Friday.
Initiating great time to buy sequence.
Black Friday deals engaged.
Ford SUVs are go. Bronco family built wild. It's go time.
Built Ford tough trucks are a go.
And go.
What's that one do?
Oh, you'll see.
This is how you do Black Friday.
Right now, get a Ford F-150 with 0% financing for 60 months. Or lease one for $349 a month for 36 months. Only at your local Ford stores.
When you donate to Tackle Kids Cancer at Hackensack Meridian Health, you're not just making a big difference, you're making a giant difference. That's why we're making a giant deal out of it.
It needs to be bigger, right?
100% of donations go to patients and their families.
Give this a spin.
Helping kids be kids. And no cause
Go deep.
is more giant than that.
Looking good.
Join me and scan to Tackle Kids Cancer today.
It was bigger on the package.
Make the most of your season during the Kia Season of New Traditions sales event. Gift yourself some savings and visit your local Kia dealer today. Look out for these stickers to find great deals on vehicles backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty, so you can start new traditions for years to come. Get 0.9% APR for up to 60 months, plus $750 retail bonus cash on specially tagged 2025 Telluride, Sorento, and Sportage vehicles.
I love that.
Get more sports, get more action when you upgrade to DirecTV Sports Pack for only $14.99 per month. Catch every touchdown from every game every Sunday afternoon with NFL Red Zone from NFL Network. Plus, watch more college rivalries with the ACC Network, the Big Ten Network, and ESPNU. Sports Pack features over 40 regional and specialty sports networks like MLB Network, NBA TV, and NHL Network. Get more sports. Upgrade to DirecTV Sports Pack now.
At DirecTV, we love great TV. You love great TV, and your friends love great TV. So refer your friends to DirecTV, and each friend will get an e-gift card. And you can earn up to $500 a year in e-gift cards for referring your friends. Everyone gets the most popular channels with every programming package, and the sports you love from a leader in sports. The more you share, the more you earn. Refer your friends to great TV. Your friends will thank you. Go to directtv.com/refer today.
It's Moody's. Decode risk, unlock opportunity. Learn more at moodys.com. Welcome back to Giants Postgame Live, brought to you by Hackensack Meridian Health. Keep getting better. Madeline Burke and Sean O'Hara breaking down the Giants' Week 12 loss to the Lions. 34-27 is the final in overtime. Sean, this is a game in which there were over 1,000 yards of offense, both sides combined. But let's talk a little bit about the defensive side of the ball, right? There were some moments that the defense would like back, but there were some moments where, they did get some pressure on the quarterback.
Yeah, they did. They started to get a little pressure, and it wasn't all one guy, and it wasn't really from blitzes. It was actually a lot of interior guys. But, coming into this game, one of the guys that everybody was focused on was our man Brian Burns, a.k.a. Spider-Man. We were looking for him to shoot some webs out there, but here's what happens. When you have a guy like Spider Burns out there, he draws a lot of attention, which means that a lot of other guys get some of the production. All right, coming into this game, let's just take a look at what Brian Burns had done this season before this Detroit Lions game. He was second in the NFL in sacks with 13. Myles Garrett had 2 more than him coming into this game. He was on pace to become the 3rd Giant all-time to record a 20-sack season. Only 3 people have done it all time, huh? Michael Strahan set the single-season sack record in 2001 with 22.5 sacks. So Spider Burns He's on his way, and when he gets all the attention and everybody's chipping him, and you've got a tight end over there and a running back, now all of a sudden the inside guys, they are one-on-one. And we saw what Darius Alexander did against the left guard, 2 sacks for DA. And then we saw Nunes Roches, Nacho, get in on the action with a sack of his own. So Ryan Burns, while he didn't have the production that I think he would have liked in this game, Matt, on him, you could see the ripple effect from that spider web that he cast because the other guys got in on the action.
Yeah, Sean, and you talk about the rookie, Darius Alexander, a third-round pick out of Toledo with 2 sacks. He came into this one with just 1 sack, or half a sack on the day. What was working for him?
Well, he was quick off the ball, and just if you went to Toledo, you know he's a Toledo rocket. He was launching himself on the snap like a rocket, but he did a great job with his hands. Really nice hand swipes, and I think he definitely showed up, not just in those sacks right there. We saw him in the backfield a lot. He was doing a good job controlling the line of scrimmage. Absolutely.
Well, congratulations to the rookie, adding to his sacks count as well. For more on this game, let's send it out to Detroit. Interim head coach Mike Kafka is addressing the media.
All right. So the the one kind of bigger injury, Flanagan Foles coming out with the neck. We'll see where he's at. I haven't had a chance to talk to him yet, but that was the one, kind of the one big one.
Mike decided to not take the field goal. Talking about the extra field goal, 4, we got to 2. Decision not.
Yeah, we did want to be aggressive. Just thought it was a good time to just take points in that situation, go up 2 scores. And just, we had a good flow, wanted to just go up 2 scores.
Why wasn't Dex on the field on the touchdown at the start of the time?
So Dex is, he's battling for us, man. He had a little nick with his, he got a little nick for us. So he was, he was battling. He gave us everything he had for as many plays as we possibly get him in there. But there was a management part of that to make sure we can maximize him in certain situations, 3rd downs, things like that, where his pass rush could be in effect. So he wasn't out there for that 1st down.
He could have been there on that drive continued. He would have been out there.
Absolutely, yes, absolutely.
We were talking to Shane on the first day. He was talking about the same old story.
I wouldn't say it's the same old story. I think we had an opportunity at the end of the game, and took a really good team to overtime, and we got to find a way to finish those games. I really believe in our players. I believe in our coaches. They're battling. They're hard out for us. And, just continuing to have that mentality, like that aggressive mentality, and continue to ramp it up come practice time this next week. That's the only thing we can look at right now is, all right, where can we get better? Where can we improve? Take those little things and let's really work on. Let's detail them out and make sure that doesn't happen again. I'm sorry? So he was just been battling it throughout the game. I think it kind of flared up a little bit more in the 4th quarter.
Do you think you could go a long way into the game and score a touchdown?
Say it again.
Do you think you could go a long way to ending the game if you scored a touchdown there on that 4th down play?
Yeah, we're just trying to score as many points as possible and trying to win the game. So if we're going to be aggressive on 4th down, that means that we like the play call, like we want to do. I think there's times in the game where you just got to take that into consideration of, when you want to kick a field goal, when you want to go for a touchdown. I thought all game we had really good consensus and really good communication with the entire staff, our game management crew, on when we want to be aggressive and be calculated when we can go for 4th downs and take shots at the end zone.
And that can change your mind, obviously, but you had a loss of 3 yards. So that option.
Yeah, that factors into it for sure. That definitely factors into it. And, where we're at on the field, you're all of a sudden now you're whatever 4th and goal from the 6. Maybe just our decision was, I thought, a correct one. I stand by it. And, we took points to go up 10 points.
You guys went for the field goal in the 1st quarter. It was like a 2-yard line. Did that factor into your decision to go for it on the 4th down?
Later in the game?
Yeah, the 1st quarter you guys take the field goal.
Yeah.
The 2-yard line.
Yeah.
Going for it, you went for the field goal. Did that affect your decision?
No, you just take every situation within itself. That one play, you focus on where you're at in the game for that. You don't try to make decisions based on previous plays or results. So we went with the numbers and what we felt confident in that situation for that play. I'll have to look at the tape. I'm talking with the offense, and obviously I saw the run. Didn't know exactly what happened as a result of that run. Probably look at where the fits were at on it. But he's a good player. We knew he was going to get in some space, and they were going to give him some opportunities, and we had to figure out a way to rally him up. On that one, he got us. Yeah, we had it up. We've had it up for a couple weeks. Just felt like a good opportunity, a good time in the game to call it. It does have a name. It's just Gunner getting in the game. I don't need to share the name, but it was a good play by those guys.
That would be a time when you could have lost, frustrated. You were smiling at some of the players, just having kind of a calm conversation. Is that you doing that on purpose to convey a sense of calm in the team, or is that just reaction?
Yeah, and we're going to overtime. Let's go win it in overtime. Like or go win it in the game right there. Like we still had an opportunity to go down the field. Like great, that's a great opportunity to go try and win the game. So I'm going to try and keep my cool. I'm going to try and stay positive with the guys because we still had chances. And until the clock runs out, like we're going to continue to take chances to try and win the game. So we're not going to that's football. I've played it, been as a player my whole life, coaching it. Things like that happen. That's a great challenge. Now it's another opportunity for the offense to come up and step up and try and win it. And we had some opportunities there at the end as we were driving it, and then we kind of got a setback, so we laid off the gas and said, all right, let's take this thing into overtime. But man, I want our players to feel that way. If something bad happens, all right, great. Just get back on the horse, and let's get back in our mentality of attack mode.
Like you do so many good things as you did today. Both sides of the offense. How difficult is it to come to terms when you just not going to resolve that?
Listen, this is a team game. Everybody's got to work together on it. Special teams, offense, defense. So there's not one, there's not one group. It's like all of us. It's all of us. It's the players, it's the coaches, it's the staff, it's the whole organization. Find a way to win. And so we got to find ways to get better, find a way to create an edge for ourselves. And that's what we're going to do as myself. I'm going to evaluate everything across the board. Where can we find an edge to go win a football game? That's where we're at right now.
What did you think of
James played his tail off. Very, very proud of him. I mean, the throws he made, he stood up in a pocket versus a very good defense. Had a lot of production in the pass game. Our guys won for him early. Our O-line blocked their tail off all game. Our backs ran hard. I really liked the plan, and I thought Jameis executed and managed the game excellently.
How about Wendell?
I think Wendell had a career high in yards. He had a good we liked the matchup there, and he's a very talented player, and you just let him go, and he made some big time plays for us. Again, tough kid, battled through some, getting dinged, kicking some big hits, and this kid just continues to just keep on coming back and fighting. He's a guy that I can just go to war with every day of the week.
You said before.
Yeah, we'll see where Jackson is in the protocol, and then we'll just make a decision based off that info.
Mike, you said before you didn't feel like it was the same old story. That was, it's a different game, different ending. How do you make sure from your position now that no one in this locker room that is looking to you thinks that thinks
continue to come together as a group, continue to lead them, continue to show, give them examples, and put them in positions that are difficult so that they can work their way, battle through it. I think having confidence, because I do have a lot of confidence in this group of players, a lot of confidence in this group of coaches, and so there's a lot of good things that can come out of this game. We'll take those, and we'll continue to build on that. And then the stuff that we got to get cleaned up, those issues, we'll find solutions for these guys. And then we'll go work it and have a great intent and practice, and put together a great practice design so that we can go and knock these things out that are giving us issues.
Mike, you mentioned Jackson comes to the protocol. If he does come to the protocol, is he starting?
Yeah, bearing a decision, we'll kind of play that out. But I like Jackson if he's healthy and ready to go.
Two more. Do you still have full confidence in Shane Dolan as your play caller and defensive coordinator off of this? Obviously, plenty of good, but again, another example of the call.
Yeah, I do. I have a lot of confidence in Shane and his entire staff.
That sound from interim head coach Mike Kafka, brought to you by Ford, the official vehicle of the New York Football Giants. We heard Kafka talking about Dexter Lawrence, saying he was nicked up, not giving specifics, but that's the reason he wasn't on the field for certain plays. We heard Kafka saying, you know what, this team is continuing to come together as a group. I've got a lot of confidence in this team, but Sean, unfortunately, this is the 5th time this season the Giants have lost a game with a double-digit lead, and many times losing with a lead in the 4th quarter. How do you kind of correct course and keep the locker room building when things fall through the cracks like that?
Yeah, it almost feels like learned behavior. But with reference to the Dexter Lawrence not being out there for that first play of overtime, it wouldn't have mattered because the defense slanted. They stunted. So even if Dexter had been there, that really did not have any bearing on that play. But I think when you listen to Mike Kafka talk, he is very concise. He's very in control. He's got great command. And I think he did a great job kind of talking about their game plan and how they wanted to attack certain things that Detroit was doing. So you could tell he's very, conceptually, he's very astute. And I think he's done a great job of leading this team in the interim. And I think Jameis Winston as well has really helped with that because he's really helped solidify and kind of calm the waters. But this Giants team, it almost feels like a learned behavior because we saw this before. We saw this in week 2 against Dallas. Look, you have a chance to not let the game get into overtime, and they did not find a way to make that happen. So it's tough. I think every game is different, and you have to learn from the previous mistakes so they don't happen again. But for this team, they're still learning. How do we finish games? How do we find a way to make? There's 2 or 3 plays in the 4th quarter at the end of the game that are going to determine whether or not we're going home on a happy flight or it's a funeral. And I think that's one of the things that the players have to really figure out. Look, Mike Kafka has his part in as well, but I thought on a whole, you have to be impressed with how he handled this team, how he's handling this head coaching opportunity, and how this offense clicked. Jameis Winston outperformed Jared Goff in this game. Like, I don't think anybody thought that was going to be the case coming into it against Detroit.
Yeah, absolutely. 395 passing yards for the Giants to 257 for the Lions. A lot of confidence in the culture of this team, just making sure the execution maintained through all 4 quarters is what the Giants' focus will be moving forward. We've got more to come here on the show, though. Giants Postgame Live brought to you by Hackensack Meridian Health keeps getting better. We're going to hear from several of the players in the Giants locker room. We've got more sound from Detroit coming your way next.
You get power.
Your attention, please. I steal the show. And now you know I'm gonna keep on dancing so you can keep on glancing. It ain't my fault that I was made this way. I see you looking at me.
Really?
Let's go. Watch me now, attention now. Let's go. Watch me now, attention now. Let's go. Attention.
Let's start paying attention to breasts when it matters the most. Early detection for breast cancer is a game changer, and why I'm able to be here today. So let's get more women screened than ever before. Go to yourattentionplease.com and take the first step.
Current owners and lessees of an eligible competitive luxury brand vehicle get this exceptional lease offer on this 2026 Cadillac Lyriq. Visit your local Cadillac dealer today.
Any furry thoughts?
I think I need to do more with my money. Should I still be renting?
I live with my mom.
How much should I save for my kids' tuition?
What kids?
How early is early retirement? How much is in your 401k?
All my money's in checking.
What does the K stand for?
Ben, what's on your mind?
Could I be doing more with my money?
Let's look at where you're at and talk new goals.
Make sense of your money with Citizens.
Don't know who can clean this? Thumbtack knows. Get recommendations for every kind of home project. Hire the right pro today.
These are the holidays. They can be a lot. And this is your new Dell PC with Intel inside. It helps you handle a lot. From taking care of business with all-day battery life to taking care of holiday to-dos with AI tools to taking care of Aunt Jean, even if she can be a lot.
Isaiah, I know you've only been here a couple of weeks, but these kinds of dramatic losses can certainly take a lot out of a team. These guys have had to deal with it a lot more than you have this year. But how do you move past them? How do you digest a loss like this?
Man, it's tough. Can't even lie to you. I can't imagine like you said, I've only been here for a couple weeks, and being in those close games and not being able to come out on top, it's tough, but we got to find a way to finish. I think, we played good as a team and we showed good grit. Kafka was calling great plays, dialing it up. All credit to the coaches and our preparation throughout the week, the players, but we just got to find a way to finish, man. So, being a part of a loss like that sucks for sure.
We saw you guys use a couple of gadget plays and obviously put a bunch of points on the board and move the ball effectively. Offensively, what was it that you thought went so well against a defense that over the course of the season has been very good here in Detroit?
Yeah, just being able, that's our preparation, and that's all credit to the coaches and us. I practiced throughout the week, just the little details, talking with the quarterback, and then at the end of the day, just executing on that field. We got a bunch of gamers on this team, and I know we're not getting the results we want, but you look from our roster top to bottom, there's a bunch of players who could really play. So, I'm excited to be a part of it, but, we just got to find a way to finish.
They get the touchdown to start off the overtime. You guys get the ball back. Jameis Winston was able to convert a 4th down on a scramble as you guys got into Detroit territory. What was the mentality during that drive? How hard was it to turn the page from then getting the lead touchdown and then you guys trying to tie it?
I don't think it was hard at all. We prepare for those moments, and we just know, be ready to go out there and score, and be ready to score and go for 2. That's our mentality. Trying to go finish it and win it. Jameis played amazing, man. Just so much credit to him, man, and the grit and the ability to be able to bounce back and the amount of great throws that he made. It was crazy to be a part of and fun to watch. So, all credit to him.
Okay, thanks for your time.
Yeah, thank you. Sure.
That's sound from Giants wide receiver Isaiah Hodgins, brought to you by Ford, the official vehicle of the New York Football Giants. As we take a look at his numbers, remembering what he said to Paul about how great he felt watching Jameis Winston sling it. This is the first time the Lions defense gave up 300 or more passing yards all season. When you look at what's working for the offense, it's hard to see, Sean, that this ends up as a loss for this Giants team.
It felt like everything was working, right? The trick plays were working. The play action game was there. We saw a couple of screens that worked as well. I think Isaiah Hodgins, for just speaking on him specifically, he's provided another big target for Jameis Winston. And back-to-back weeks now, he's made some big catches. He's been a breath of fresh air, and I think he went on record this week talking about how quarterbacks like to trust that you're going to be in a certain spot, in a certain area. He has been where he needs to be for his quarterbacks, and that throw in the red zone, that touchdown where he caught it, high pointed it and then brought it down and got both feet in, that showed his athleticism and his length and how valuable that can be in the red zone. So
absolutely. And
credit him to that.
Yeah, and for a quarterback, there's a lot of security in that predictability, but for an offense, sometimes there's a lot of joy in the unpredictability. We talked a little bit about some of the trick plays we saw today. Let's send it down to the locker room to hear one of the guys who participated in one of them, Gunnar Olszewski, who threw his first career pass today.
We hit like you said, Dale's. We hit on the bullseye play with me and Jameis. It feels like we win on the sideline. We are winning, and then we don't. So the vibes are definitely high on the offensive side for us, though.
Gunnar, when a play like that comes into the huddle and you know that you're going to get a chance to do that, what goes through your mind?
Nothing, man. Just let it rip. I knew I was going to throw it up, and guys did a good job protecting. Jameis made an unbelievable play, like an unbelievable athlete that he is. So.
How many times did you complete that in practice?
3.
Out of how many would you say?
3.
That's
3. If it don't go 3 for 3, it don't get called in the game, So.
Did you ever throw one like that in college or in high school?
No, maybe in high school. I don't know, a long time ago, but it was called bullseye.
Bullseye, oh, that's it, yeah.
Is it always to throw back to the other side because you're running in the other direction?
Yeah, there's other guys on routes and they say like Jameis or nobody, but I went through my reads and I got back to Jameis. So.
Did you see that D tackle getting pretty close to Jameis as he was?
I did, yeah.
What was your thinking at that moment?
Jameis a better athlete, so.
Is there any circumstance on that play where you don't throw it and you decide to eat the ball?
None that I could think of, no. I had balls going up.
You also had to play early in the game, that flea flicker. I mean, is it fun having a coach, willing to call plays like that?
Yeah, and like anybody, you ask anybody, if they look good on Wednesday and Thursday in practice, then there's a chance they can go in the game. So we executed them throughout the week, and when they got called, we executed again. So
What's your
it was a lot of
adrenaline
fun.
level when that is called? You know, when you...
Not the same as it was. I mean, believe it or not, I'm more excited to catch a punt than I am to throw a football.
Yeah.
But it was up there. It was super high when he caught it and stiff-armed dude and was going to the end zone.
I was going to say, what did you make of
Giants wide receiver Gunnar Olszewski talking about going through his progressions. Giants fans, download the all-new Giants mobile app for breaking news and exclusive videos, updated with a brand new layout, plus the Giants Shorts feed and the Pocket Game Day Ticket Holders Hub. Download it for free at the App Store or Google Play, or scan the QR code on your screen. Much more to come here on Giants Postgame Live, brought to you by Hackensack Meridian Health. Keep getting better. Stay with us. We'll be back after this quick break.
It's the year-end sales event with the Ford crew, Black Friday.
Initiating great time to buy sequence.
Black Friday deals engaged.
Ford SUVs are go.
Bronco family built wild, it's go time.
Built Ford tough trucks are a go.
And go.
What's that one do?
Oh, you'll see.
This is how you do Black Friday.
Get a Ford Explorer now with 0% financing for 60 months or $309 a month for 36 months for returning lessees. Only at your local Ford stores.
When you make your dip super creamy with almonds, your new boyfriend can know nothing about football.
Oh, he touched it down.
Bro, that's the other team.
And still fit in just fine.
Have you tried the dip?
Oh, great fumble.
Great fumble.
That's a Hail Mayo.
Risk gets a bad rap. It punishes the unprepared. The game hits hard. But those who embrace risk and translate it know it isn't the opponent, it's the opportunity. At Moody's, we break risk down. We spot the shift, because the smartest play often comes down to seeing what others don't. Moody's, decode risk, unlock opportunity.
Progress. It can be fast. It can be slow. It can be disruptive. But one thing it can't be is stopped. While progress might seem inevitable, breakthroughs come from supercharging it, delivering business outcomes at scale, fulfilling aspirations with compassion, innovating responsibly. Whether it's day-to-day success or transformational gains, we supercharge progress to change the game.
When you make your dip super creamy with almonds, your new boyfriend can know nothing about football.
Oh, he touched it down.
Bro, that's the other team.
And still fit in just fine.
Have you tried the dip?
Oh, great fumble.
Great fumble.
That's a Hail Mayo.
You push it. You try to hold them shut, but your doors won't stay closed no matter what. Introducing Ruby Monkey Magnets. Ultra-thin magnetic plates that will keep your doors and drawers shut. Just peel to reveal the super strong adhesive. Place the monkey, then the magnet, and close. Installation is that simple, and now you have a door that will stay shut. The secret is the ultra-strong industrial magnet's powerful attraction that holds tight. Monkey magnets work on most surfaces and are perfect for cabinets, dresser drawers, sliding closet doors, and more. Even your outdoor problems are solved in an instant because they're corrosion and rust resistant. Call or go online now to get 8 sets of monkey magnets for only $9.99. Due to rising costs, this may be your last chance to get monkey magnets at this low price. There is a strict limit of 1 house pack per order. Call now.
Call 1-800-631-2528. That's 1-800-631-2528. Call or visit getmonkeymagnets.com. So call 1-800-631-2528 now.
Time now for today's Player of the Game, brought to you by HCL Tech, supercharging progress, the official digital transformation partner of the New York Giants. Player of the Game, Giants wide receiver Wan'Dale Robinson, 9 receptions for 156 yards and a touchdown, including first quarter in which he had 106 receiving yards and a tud on 4 catches. What an efficient day for Wan'Dale Robinson. The Giants Player of the Game, brought to you by HCL Tech. Welcome back to Giants Postgame Live, brought to you by Hackensack Meridian Health. Keep getting better. Despite the incredible performance by Wan'Dale Robinson, the Giants falling to the Lions 34-27 in overtime. For more, let's send it out to Detroit to hear from the wide receiver.
Wendell, I got to tell you, obviously a spectacular game for you, but I know how you feel because a loss is still a loss, and I'm sure that's not a consolation.
No, not at all. Would have been nice to have the win added on top of that, but no, I really don't care too much about how the game personally went because of the loss. So.
Could you describe the flea flicker as we saw it develop? You certainly got behind the defense, and that had to take slow motion as that ball was coming down to you.
Yeah, it definitely felt like the ball was taking a little bit to come down, but we've been practicing that play for about 2 weeks, and we felt like it was the perfect time to call it on that 3rd and 1, more on the plus side of the 50. So great call by Kaf and great execution.
It wasn't the only trick play that we saw today. What does that tell you about Mike Kafka as a head coach and as a play caller to pull those things out?
I mean, he's aggressive. He told us that he's going to be aggressive. He believes in us, and especially on the offensive side of the football, just the way we practice. And I think that just lets him just know that we can go out there and be aggressive, and he believes in everything that we do.
Did you know you were going to be such a significant part of the game plan going into this week?
I mean, yeah, we knew that they were going to try and play a lot of man, and I felt like I can get open. So just, Jameis trusted me and me trusting Jameis, just going out there and getting open.
They come back and rally, and we've seen other teams rally in the 4th quarter against the Giants all season long, and then they get the go-ahead score. How difficult is it to get the gears going again on that last drive, knowing that you need the touchdown to continue the game?
I mean, it's not difficult at all. At the end of the day, as a competitor, you want to go out there and you want to go out there and do that. I was just more so sick that I was just getting double-teamed at that point during the game, and I couldn't really go out there and make a play too much.
Thanks very much, Wendell.
This Giants wide receiver Wan'Dale Robinson getting double-teamed because, well, he had a performance like he had today, 156 yards and a touchdown. We've got more to come here on the show. We're going to continue breaking this one down on Giants Postgame Live, brought to you by Hackensack Meridian Health. Keep getting better. More player sound from the Giants locker room after the break.
Any further thoughts? I think I need to do more with my money. Should I still be renting?
I live with my mom.
How much should I save for my kids' tuition? What kids?
How early is early retirement?
How much is in your 401k?
All my money's in checking.
What does the K stand for?
Ben, what's on your mind?
Could I be doing more with my money?
Let's look at where you're at and talk new goals.
Make sense of your money with Citizens.
Current owners and lessees of an eligible competitive luxury brand vehicle get this exceptional lease offer on this 2026 Cadillac Lyriq. Visit your local Cadillac dealer today.
When you donate to Tackle Kids Cancer at Hackensack Meridian Health, you're not just making a big difference, you're making a giant difference. That's why we're making a giant deal out of it.
It needs to be bigger, right?
100% of donations go to patients and their families.
Give this a spin.
Helping kids be kids. And no cause
Go deep.
is more giant than that.
Looking good.
Join me and Scan to tackle kids cancer today.
It was bigger on the package.
And now your NFL airmen led by
Omaha!
They've changed course.
Peyton Manning?
They're going for the beer.
Whoa!
Touchdown!
Anything for Bud Light, the official beer sponsor of the NFL.
I shouldn't have called that audible.
Thanks.
What?
More is merrier, and nobody knows that better than Olive Garden. From breadsticks, homemade soup, and garden fresh salad that never ends, to festive new favorites piled high. It's everything you love about the holidays, just with Alfredo. Whether it's catered to your table or at ours. Celebrate more this season with Olive Garden. When you're here, you're family.
Brunson puts up a three. Bang! Bang! Mercer fires and scores! What a shot. And a save by Markstrom. Here comes Pratt. The game on its stick. Scores!
Darius, you get your first 2 solo sacks of the season. You had a half earlier this year, but what was going right for you today that allowed you to get to Goff twice?
For me, it's just been the whole season, stacking in practice, trusting my vets, trusting my coaches. That's what happened for me today. I just stick to the plan, and today it showed.
How difficult is it to go against this defense, knowing they have 2 terrific running backs and they can run the ball well, but at the same time, you also know you have to get to Goff?
For us, it was just focusing on stopping the run game and then get to the quarterback when we can. We're a very good defense over here. And as a D-line group, we try to do our best as we can. And in the secondary, they do it as well. So we just work together and try and come out with a good game.
How difficult is it to deal with Gibbs? It seems as though even if he gets the smallest crack, as we saw today, he can take it the distance.
I mean, like you said, he's a very explosive player. You just got to contain him in the run game, take away the small creases, and just make him stop his feet.
How difficult is the mentality at the end of a fourth quarter, knowing that you guys have been snake bitten a number of times this year? How hard is it for the defense to try to hold on to the lead in a situation such as today?
I wouldn't say it's hard, but for us, we just got to stay calm in big moments and just stick together as a defense. That's the most important thing right there. And I don't think there's no other way to do it but stay focused and work together.
And it's quite clear that you guys continue to show fight all the way to the end, even if the execution isn't where it's supposed to be.
Definitely, always. That's something we want to pride ourselves on as a defense, as a D-line, and as a whole as a team, just fight to the end. We'll never give up.
Darius, thanks for your time.
Thank you.
That's Giants defensive lineman Darius Alexander. 2 sacks on the day. The rookie third-round pick out of Toledo. He spent 7 years in Toledo, including his redshirt year and COVID eligibility year. And coming out of the draft, a lot of scouts and front offices looked at him and said, this is a guy with a lot of maturity because of his age and his college experience. What have you seen from his growth over this season and coming into a day in which he had two sacks on the quarterback?
Yeah, I remember talking to Dre Patterson, the defensive line coach in training camp, and he was talking about how, as a young player, man, he's got so much skill. He's just got to learn the tricks of the trade, really. And you saw his hands and how quick he can be. The 2 sacks today, he beat the left guard right now. He was in the backfield immediately, shot out like a Toledo rocket off the ball. And I thought he was a great presence. Whenever you can get that interior pass rush and pressure on the quarterback, it's tough for them to run away from you. So he did a good job, not just beating the offensive lineman, but completing the sack. I thought the defense really started out strong in this game. When you look at the first 4 possessions in this game, Madeline, they forced the Lions to punt 3 times. One was a 3-and-out, and then later in the game, when Jameis Winston actually threw the interception, they went on the field and they got the ball right back after 3 plays, forced another punt. So Darius Alexander, congrats, 2 sacks today in this game. Nunez Roches also had a sack as well. So the interior defensive line was eating today.
Absolutely, they were eating. They were well fed. 3 sacks on Jared Goff. You mentioned that late game interception that Jameis Winston threw, but we got to talk about the one earlier in the game. Javon Holland had his first pick as a member of the New York Football Giants. That was a big moment for this team as well on defense.
Yeah, uncharacteristic drops by Amon-Ra Brown. He had a couple today, and one goes right through his hands. And Javon Holland is right there for his first career interception. I thought he did a great job. Of course, they go down in the end zone and they get their defensive celly on. But I think anytime your defense gets a big turnover like that on the road against a guy in Jared Goff who takes care of the football, that's always a plus. And I know the offense always feeds off of that.
Absolutely. We're going to continue to break this one down. Plus, look ahead to next week as the show rolls on. Giants Postgame Live, brought to you by Hackensack Meridian Health. Keep getting better. Continues breaking down. 34-27 is the final in overtime in Detroit.
It's the year-end sales event with the Ford crew, Black Friday.
Initiating great time to buy sequence.
Black Friday deals engaged.
Ford SUVs are go. Bronco family built wild. It's go time.
Built Ford tough trucks are a go.
And go.
What's that one do?
Oh, you'll see.
This is how you do Black Friday.
Right now, get a Ford F-150 with 0% financing for 60 months. Or lease one for $349 a month for 36 months. Only at your local Ford stores.
Said if you're gonna play the game, boy, you gotta learn to play it right.
You gotta know when to hold.
Pull them already.
Know when to fold them.
Know when to walk away.
Travel.
Know when to run.
Run, run, run.
He's automatic from the 40. You never count your money when you're sitting at the table. There'll be time enough for counting when the dealing's done.
Make the most of your season during the Kia Season of New Traditions sales event. Gift yourself some savings and visit your local Kia dealer today. Look out for these stickers to find great deals on vehicles backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty, so you can start new traditions for years to come. Get 0.9% APR for up to 60 months, plus $750 retail bonus cash on specially tagged 2025 Telluride, Sorento, and Sportage vehicles.
Stock car racers are loaded with brilliant lights, realistic sounds, and a powerful racing motor. Only at HessToyTruck.com with free shipping and Energizer batteries.
A tradition each year, the Hess Truck's here.
Meet One-Track Jack. He's a credit wrecker because he only has eyes for one. One type of credit, that is. What he doesn't know is that by focusing on only one type of credit, he's not building a more robust credit mix, which could hurt his score. Don't be like One-Track Jack. Instead, learn how to avoid the wreckers at creditwreckers.com. Credit One Bank for what's ahead.
Welcome back to Giants Postgame Live, brought to you by Hackensack Meridian Health. Keep getting better. Week 12 is in the books. Week 13 is upon us, and it's a primetime game. The Giants back on the road, headed to Foxborough to take on the New England Patriots on Monday Night Football. Madeline Burke and Sean O'Hara here to break that one down as we look ahead to primetime. First of all, Monday Night Football, always a spectacle, Sean.
Yeah, I mean, look, anytime you're playing on prime time, you always get a little extra juice in you, and we kind of got a little bit of a history here, these two teams. Of course, the Patriots just disposed of the Cincinnati Bengals. They are 10-2, so a little bit on a different side of the spectrum that they're on, but this guy's playing really well right now, Drake May.
Yeah, talking about the way that Drake May is playing, as we look at some of his numbers from this season, you know, he's been in the MVP conversation in his sophomore season. What has he been doing to stand out so well?
Well, he's taking care of the football. He only has 6 interceptions on the season. You know, he threw for 21 touchdowns coming into the Bengals game today, but I think he's really doing a good job spreading the ball around. It's not just one guy. Stephon Diggs is his leading receiver, but he's also hit Hunter Henry for a number of completions. Hunter Henry has 5 touchdowns, so that's kind of his go-to guy. The one thing that I see with Drake May is he gets sacked a lot. 37 times this season, which is second most in the NFL. So he will hold on to that ball a little bit and kind of burp the baby. So defense has got to be licking their chops at that.
An opportunity perhaps for Brian Burns to pad his career-high 13 sacks on the season. But we talk a little bit about the passing game led by Drake May. But we got to talk about a little bit about the running game, too, which has been a challenge so far for this Giants team to defend the run.
Yeah, listen, Travion Henderson, you can see the stats right there. You know, 4.7 yards per carry. He's doing a great job getting downhill. And he's also a receiver. You can see 180 yards receiving, 6 total touchdowns. He had 3 touchdowns in one game alone. This guy is a downhill runner. He's powerful. He does not go down on first contact. So it's going to be a rally to the football when you're trying to bring down Travion Henderson.
Yeah, lots to look forward to next week on Monday Night Football. Unclear who the quarterback will be for the Giants next week, but this week it was Jameis Winston. Let's get his sound in before the show ends.
Things as you did today, you know, trick plays, offensive line, running, all that stuff, and you don't get rewarded with the results. How difficult is that to process, and how do you walk away, you know, today?
I mean, one thing that I have always, one of my mental coaches, Jim Brogan, he always told me, and we always repeated, is success is in a struggle. You know, we have to continue to endure. One of my favorite Bible verses is, count it all joy when you fall into various trials, knowing that the testing of your faith produces perseverance, and let that perseverance have its perfect work so you can be complete, lacking nothing. And I think that this team is just in a season where we're enduring certain trials. How I was so proud of the defense when they got that turnover. We just have to find a way to win, and that's as simple as that. I have to do my role better. We all have a part in this, but the coaches are putting us in a great position to do so collectively. We just have to find a way, and we will.
That's Giants quarterback Jameis Winston, and that's a show for us. Thanks for watching Giants Postgame Live, brought to you by Hackensack Meridian Health. For Sean O'Hara, I'm Madeline Burke. We'll see you next week.
All right, John, moments away from face-off here at Delta Center in Salt Lake City. Goaltending matchup brought to you by your local Audi dealer. Visit your local tri-state area Audi dealer today. Jonathan Quick, 7 goals allowed in 5 starts this year, takes on Karel Vemelka, who has struggled lately, and you heard Steve talking about it in the studio. Righty catching goaltender, 3+ goals against in each of his last